Good evening. HSBC, the UK's largest bank, has revealed the size of the losses it has suffered as a result of problems in the US subprime market. The value of its loans has reduced by £8.7 billion due to the decline of the US housing market and the subsequent global credit problems. Well, despite the write-down, the strength of HSBC in areas such as Asia meant it brought home a 10% increase in profits, as Nigel Cassidy now reports.
Time to get some business news. I think there's more money being released somewhere, isn't there, Babita?
How much money do we have to release? I don't know. The Federal Reserve has just announced in the last half an hour that it is going to, in fact, inject another $100 billion. That's around about $63.3 billion into the US banks to help those cash-strapped banks. April the 7th and April the 21st are going to auction off about $50 billion each to help them and to try and combat this credit crisis. So let's get more on this now. And well, let's actually take a look at the markets if we can before we do. The FTSE, they're falling down 25 points at 56.93, and the Dow there. Be interesting to see how the Dow reacts in about 4 hours' time to this news from the Federal Reserve. It is up currently at around about 7.6 points there, 12,310. Well, Tom is with me now, Tom Hugot from City Index, to react to this news from the Federal Reserve. Tom, where is all this money coming from?
More research and more funding is needed into how the wetland here can be preserved for the future. With only 2 years left on the project, time could be running out. Babita Sharma, BBC South Today, the New Forest.
Yes, Babita, I mean, I suppose that British Airways are well used to dealing with emergencies, maybe not of this precise nature, but, you know, if staff walk out, they have to deal with suddenly putting up an awful lot of people at very short notice. How well geared up do you think they are for dealing with this?
It does absolutely right. They are used to dealing with emergency procedures in this case, but I think what the information that we're not getting is whether or not, in fact, all the short-haul flights have been cancelled from Terminal 4. Now, we have had confirmation from the communications officers that that is the case, but that's not being fed through to people that have actually got tickets, people that are expecting to fly from here at Terminal 4 this afternoon. And, of course, like we said, there are some conflicting information about hotel accommodation and whether or not British Airways are going to supply that for their customers. And, again, the feeling is it's a case of wait, be patient, keep checking the boards.
Hello and welcome to Your Money. Now, you may be one of the huge number of people who've had their mobile phones stolen at some stage, but you may not know that you could still be liable for the cost of the calls even after you've notified your provider of the theft. Now, a group of MPs are insisting that mobile phone companies should give their customers better protection. Sarah Pennells reports.
Our correspondent Babita Sharma is in Headingley. Babita, over to you.
Thank you, and welcome back to Headingley. We are indeed here at the Carnegie Stadium in Leeds, as Bollywood does in fact make a huge impact on Yorkshire this weekend. Bollywood Oscars are of course being staged in Sheffield tomorrow evening, but it's been a really interesting event and a really good turnout actually. It took a while for lots of people to filter through to Headingley this afternoon, and why is that? Well, it's because of this. We're enjoying a celebrity cricket match. We've got some big names in the world of the cricketing industry, likes of Kapil Dev, also Phil de Freitas and Gladstone Smaller here, and they're also taking on some big names in the Bollywood film industry. But we've also got two people with me right now who are big names in the BBC, shall we say. Nick Knowles, thank you very much for joining us, TV presenter. You've had your little stint out there. How did it go?
Brilliantly. I scored 100.
No, you didn't.
No, I didn't. I scored 3. I had a nightmare.
Media scrum ahead. Paris Hilton gets out of jail tomorrow, so expect a big fuss. Reporters are already in her position, and her family are said they're planning a quiet gathering. What are the chances of that? I'm out of here. More from Glastonbury coming up.